Baby, I'm a boss. They say yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes, sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester. Yes, sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes, sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester. Yes, sir, they were giving L's, but I look forward and saw all M's. Industry is fake, these are not people that I call friends. Got some shit to move to. Baby, I'm a star, of course I'm hanging out the moon. Sell out, I refuse to. Make $3 million in a month, yeah, that's a hat trick. Used to always cheat for summer home, I felt like Patrick. I'm feeling fantastic, but I wasn't joking when I said that bitch was bad shit. Bad shit, yes sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester. Yes sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester. My girl don't wear no bra, she let them titties titty. I'm way too paid and way too fly, we don't go 50-50. My pants are issy. Your fit is willy-nilly. I'm going around the world and back, I'm booked and busy. Come here, kitty, I don't mind a couple whiskers. Just got off a broken back, significantly richer. They tattoo my scriptures, Russ is a religion. Second step is action, dog. The first step is ambition. Hope you listen, yeah. Yes, sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes, sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester. Yes, sir, baby, I'm a boss. They say yes, sir. Shout out to myself, that's my investor. Made another meal, let's run it back like Devin Hester. Pistol in my dresser. Baby, this is silk, not polyester.
Jamie, I love hearing those words. It is card fam time, and there is no better time to look at it. You know, there are some groups out there that are major, right? Like, you got your big groups. And the thing is, the hate is so real on some of them. And, like, you see the scams come and you see them go. And I just kind of laugh because it's always funny to see the post. The looking for sympathy post. Like, I've trusted these guys. I know there's been some bad words, but they've always been good. But I won a hobby box and they didn't send it to me because they said I didn't spend enough that week. I'm like, who's your sympathy coming from? What are you really looking for here? But you know, you never need to worry about the family aspect of it here. Now, do you have a crazy lunatic breaker? Absolutely. Can't promise you're not gonna like have something to talk about the next day. There's always a story, but what up, JCH? How's everyone doing? Listen, I am sorry I'm a little delayed, but I knew when this filled like when it did. I had promised our son we would play Shredder's Revenge on the Switch. It's a fantastic game, but it's long. And, you know, we got to the last boss. We used all our continues. We tried to go up to the next level, the novice, not the beginner. They call it chill mode. Like, I forget what the next one is. Like, tight. I don't know. Either way. We should take some shots. I'm already on one. We got Select Draft Picks. We got Legacy. 2 great releases. We have Score coming tomorrow. We'll have Score. We may even do like a 1, 2, 3 break Score Legacy Select. I'm going to throw in these casets. If you guys haven't heard of this yet, I got this ready to go. It matches my hat. Look. At least just take my hat. Casets, hand numbered out of 50. Talked to the guy at the show. I've seen some of the previews. They only did 50 of this. It's only things like kabooms, downtowns, color bursts, color wheels, big stuff. They were very expensive. I think, Jamie, what'd you say you saw these boxes going for? A gram, dude, isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Jamie, but like I know what you're talking about without knowing the details. I get you. But hey, glad you're here with us. Yeah, you saw it go for 1K? They weren't that, we didn't pay that much, but I had to buy 4 to get a discount. So I thought if we do some of these early cheap stuff, we still get to some of the 2023 with a really cool thing mixed in. there's no full checklist, or I would just do all 50 hits and be like, here we go, let's 50 hit it, and we're gonna hit one. But that's the only thing. And like the one thing I appreciate about Wild Card and Leaf, honestly, I'm not gonna like leave them out, that full checklist. But like Gold Rush doesn't do that. Obviously Hit Parade doesn't do that. The one that none of us like, that I have a lot of yet, what is it called? Chris knows because we hate it. They don't do it. And that's what bothers me, is when we don't have a full checklist. I told them we can do anything with a full checklist, but when you give us like a partial of the hits, we know the good stuff. That's what we're hunting. I need a full one. So, cheers, you guys. We're going to get ripping. This is the last one of the night. We are giving away a fantasy spot 7. We're going to go 15 on season-long FanDuel number 1. That's delightful. Select draft picks first. We're going to do both of these first, actually. Lots to catch up on this week. I got a lot of shipping to catch up on. It's so hard. When you go to something like National, or when you go on vacation and you break and you come home with breaks to sort. I came home from vacation. I had 2 days to get ready for National. Left for National, so we had all those breaks to sort. We have all the National breaks. We came home. We started breaking. So I am backed up a little bit. I do apologize. Not our normal MO, but as a one-man show, and I told you guys this, the one thing I envied the most about the breakers at the National, hold on. I'm going to shut my mouth for a minute. There's a Joey Porter. But how about this? Out of 25, who's got them Tex? Oh, I didn't change the list. Let me change the list real quick because I got to see who's got them Texans. Out of 25, C.J. Stroud. Give me just 1 minute here. 8-3. We'll get you all involved here. There we go. Houston Texans. I'll pull it up on the screen over here so I can see. Houston Texans going out to Chris Anderson. C.J. Stroud tie-dye. That card is gross. Beautiful card. Looks pretty too. So I'm going to say this is a card, just looking at it based on the first look, possibly a gradable card. But what I am going to say is this. You guys know I'm not a big grader, right? I liked HGA because of the customized slabs, and everyone kind of poo-pooed on them. And I was like, that's it. I'm never trusting, I don't believe there's an internet that anybody can enter the grading market again. So when we were at, there's a Deion Sanders numbered out of 35, and a Jake Bobo. Isn't that the name of Howie Mandel in Walk Like a Man? Bobo? Y'all remember that movie, Howie Mandel, Walk Like a Man? Jamie's on one tonight, Ty. How you doing, Tyler Thomas? Dion out of 35. Most years played. We'll have to look that up. Cowboys? So anyhow, when we're at the wild card, Gary V. So like the way the National was set up, and I still got to post videos of that. You did? Dude, Walk Like a Man is a classic with Howie Mandel. It was like wild card, Gary V Friends booth, which was packed, and then it was like right catty corner was tag grading. So I walked by tag grading quite a bit because I was at those two booths a lot. So tag grading, I was like, dude, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I didn't pay too much mind. And when I went to wild card the second day, I said, where's your wild card, Matt? He goes, it's coming, but we're in the works with tag grading to put a card in there. I said, that's interesting. You're going to go with tag. He's like, yeah, well, we're trying. We don't know yet. I said, PSA we've talked to, but it might be tag. There's a Dalton Schultz. Hey, Brock Purdy numbered out of 199. And a Hendon Hooker. That's a beautiful hooker right there. I'll probably get flagged for that. Youth Explosion, 7 out of 10 gold. Tyler Scott. Great, Scott. So listen, and I was like, so we get into the room with Jason, and and this is after I talked to Wildcard about them putting a tag rated card. And my first thought was like, Wildcard, you're already kind of up against it. The Wildcard's cards are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But they're already kind of up against it because people are like, they're not licensed. I'm like, yeah, but you pull fucking 3 Trevor Lawrences, 2 Brock Purdy's, a Justin Fields, a Desmond Ritter, all for the price of a 4-box of Legacy. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they're like, oh, but there's 6 Elabys. Yeah, but you can get an Elaby out of Legacy twice. You know what I mean? Like, and you can get points. And like, I'm not poo-pooing on Legacy. I think Legacy's been an awesome product. I haven't opened up enough select to make a decision yet. But I'm an advocate for wildcard. So when he said he's going to use tag, I'm like, man, maybe by partner with PSA, it might be better. So we get back to the room, and Jason's like, hey, like, did you see? I told him about it. He goes, have you seen what they do? And Jason, all along, Jake Bobo goes to the Seahawks, by the way. You're right, Jamie. It really, people have lost common sense, but we know that. And I'm not just talking in the card market. Do you see these, like, streamer girls that are like, ice cream, ice cream? I don't know how you, like, if you have to buy those little emojis you send, and they're just like, yay, giddy, and, like, they're making $7,000 a day. Oh, it pains me. Oh, it pains me for the laborers and the technicians and the nurses and teachers and the people who are actually working, making pennies. And this girl's going, ice cream, ice cream, making 7,000. Oh, get out you. Oh, it gets to me, man. The world is over. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Tyler Scott goes out to the Chicago Bears. Don Wiley. Here, Don. Here's a hot take. Chicago finishes the regular season with a better record than the Cincinnati Bengals. That doesn't mean they go further in the playoffs. It just means I think Chicago finishes the season with a better record than the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a take for you. I'm not saying I'm right, but I probably am because I usually am. Uh-oh, I just made enemies. So anyhow, we get back to the room. I tell Jason, and Jason says, have you seen what tag grading does? I said, I don't care. Fool me once on HGA, which I was a big advocate for, which I didn't even see them at the National. They could have been there, but they were not present. CJ Stroud Sparks, really nice card there. Devontae Adams. So he shows me the scans of a card. And dude, it's the first fully AI grading, which I've always been a massive advocate for. Not partial AI grading, we use kind of an AI platform. 75 out of 75. Jamie, what do we call that? That's an eBay 101. And for the Vikings, out of 199, Mr. Jordan Addison and a Josh Wiley base youth explosion. So, the reason the AI grading was cool is it gets down to the centimeter, right? So it looks at the card, it analyzes it, it tells you your specific grade. And at first, it may not do well. But let me tell you why it is. People like PSA. Do you know why? The talking heads like PSA. I know this is bad. You don't want to believe this because fuck a conspiracy theorist. He's the bad guy. But hey, they give them better grades. They don't want you to know, oh, I didn't say it. Uh-oh, I'm going to get shot tomorrow. It's like finding the cure for cancer. They do. And if you don't believe that, I'm sorry that you're that naive. I'm sorry if you think I'm a conspiracy theorist. But dude, they get better grades and then they pump it. They do. They're like, PSA's awesome. Like, look, I only got this, and this. They're very legitimate. Meanwhile, they have 100 bajillion cards of PSA 10s in their So, when I tell you that, the reason that people want PSA is because, hey, I can take advantage of it. Or it might be someone that's not that naive but knows they can get lucky enough to get a 10 on a card that would never, ever, ever be a 10. It wouldn't be a 10. But they get it because we've seen off-centered 10s, right? It just is what it is. Human error. And I'm not saying that... Oh, this goes to the Titans. I almost wrote Jason Mello. I'm not saying that AI can't make errors and there won't be mistakes and it's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's foolproof. But when you get scans of the card, and I'm going to have Jason... We're going to do a show on the National. We've already discussed it. Oh my God, Jamie.
More motherfuckers.
And you know the role, Jamie. I don't want to hear myself on it. when you have the AI grading they have, and I'm talking 80 plus scans of metrics, scans of the card, front, back, corners, super scans of the edges, like it goes through a whole system or whole rigmarole of it all. How can you not believe a little bit that that's the way to go? The only people who don't want that are insiders. That's the only people who don't want that. It's the same reason politicians don't want someone who actually wants the best. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not talking specific parties. I'm just saying in general. You know, we want to fight. We want to argue. We want to do those things. They want us to. And in this case, they want us to want PSA. They have control. When you get down to specifics, when you get down to the details, the truth. But Kellington, am I wrong? Am I wrong about grading? Truthfully, do you want an honest grade or a lucky grade? Be honest. You might want a lucky grade. There's nothing wrong with that if you're that dude that's like, I'll play my odds. You know, if you have a card, you're like, it's close. But you know, if AI grades it, it's not a 10. But how much more valuable would a true 10 be? Tyler, you're not wrong. Did you see the dude that got the Wembanyama Tops Now or Tops Instant or whatever it is? He got a black label Beckett 1010 and it was a Wembanyama. And they're talking like $150,000 or something like that.
Definitely on one, motherfuckers. Bring back them Sonics.
Sonics at
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Oh, it gets to me. The world's over. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Tyler Scott goes out to the Chicago
Not here nor there.
Bears.
neither here nor there.
Definitely
What
on
happened
one,
to you
motherfuckers.
tonight, Jamie? Oh, I think PSA's spreading out their scores. I think they're pop control right now. And I'm not gonna. So let me just be completely transparent right now. You guys know I don't grade, and I have a lot of friends. I'm not talking guys in the hobby, local guys. They don't get in my breaks. They know what I do. They've never bought a card from me, but they'll come to me. They're friends looking for advice, and they'll say, "Hey, I got this Jordan. I got this Mickey Mantle. I got this." You know, sometimes it's I got this Frank Thomas. I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that. And they go, "I heard about grading, and I heard there's different companies. Who should I grade with?" And I said, "Are you grading it for you, or are you trying to sell it?" And if they say sell it, I say PSA. It's just the basic answer. I said, I don't agree with it, but if you're asking me what I would do in your position, and I'm going to sell the card and it's in good condition, PSA. And I said, now that matters. I said, you might be better off selling it raw based on its condition. Anthony Richardson. But that's a cool card there. Emmitt Smith. But I get it. I understand. I'm not going to lie to someone like, no, I'm not anti-PSA in that sense. Like, you should never grade with them. There's another Stroud out of 149. Cedric, it really is. It is the same conversation, Tyler. Out of 199, Cedric Tillman. And how about a Jordan Battle? Does anyone know where Jordan Battle goes? But that and then Tyler, that becomes my question. So the reason people hated on HGA put a nail in their own coffin. Do you know why? Does anyone know why HGA buried themselves? It wasn't like the labels or the lack of return or the price point. It was their own doing. They put their own damn promotional video out and it looked like they buried themselves. They didn't need to put that video out. It was, I can't get into politics, but there's something comparable I've seen in my life recently where someone shouldn't have opened their mouth and it was fine. And then in this case, HGA didn't need to open their mouth. They just need to sit there and let everyone else kind of do their thing. And HGA, shut your mouth, do your thing, and you might stand a chance. I'm not saying you're definitely going to make it, but you have a better chance if you don't open your mouth. And HGA is like, hold my beer. Let's put out this awesome promotional video where it looks like we're in a crack house. What'd you do? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Don't talk. No, you're going to keep talking? Oh, you're going to say, oh, we'll put out a better video, but then never do it. What? Now, I do like the idea of AI grading, though. I really do. Quentin Johnston, Bryce Young. It is very hard not to open your mouth. Listen to me. Ask Elizabeth. I opened mine the whole time. Will Anderson Chrome, Jordan Addison. How about this Chicago Bears? Another one, Don Wiley out of 25. And if that wasn't enough, they get the Noah Sewell. Woo! Let me tell you, Jamie, a lesson I've learned a while ago, and I still practice it to this day, is it doesn't hurt to type it out. But type it out in like a Word document or your notepad on your phone. And then if you're still not sure, send it to a trusted friend in a different format. And then if you still feel like you need to say it to the person, then you send it. It is a Bears break. But more often than not, man, I have saved myself. Now, in person, I'm not so good. I'm not so controlled in person. That's why I worry about meetings and people. I wish Nick was in here with Elizabeth. I miss Elizabeth. She was nice to me tonight. Oh, look what I get to see right now. This is what I'm staring at. Just to feel like Jamie's here. I want to feed this guy a chicken wing right now. If you weren't here the night I fed Jamie chicken wings, you missed one of the most amazing moments in Blaze and Breaks history. A pair of Strouds. There we go. We'll put the Sensations Chrome over here. There's a Jordan Addison. Another Stroud. It's a Stroud pack. Pickens. Did you guys see Pickens catch the other day? How about another Neon Dion out of 199? A George Kittle and a Zach Evans. I got to see where Zach Evans and Jordan Battle go. So, once again, I don't hate select draft picks. I said this to Jason. It definitely is a product that has a place in Chronicles draft picks. But it's not select. But you get cards like this, which is awesome. Justin Fields, tie-dye. You know, you get the CJ Stroud numbered. What do we get? The CJ Stroud there. What was the other one we pulled? It was nice. That was a CJ Stroud as much as it was a Bears break out of 25. Beautiful cards. And if you like college teams, like if you're an Ohio State fan, that's the card for you, right? Maybe there's a lot of people like me with college. They only like college football. They don't like pros. Well, you may hate the Bears but love Ohio State, so you're going to want that CJ Stroud. I don't hate college license stuff. I do not like the college uniform on license. I do like on license pro uni. It's crazy. Like I said, if 2018 came around now, like if Josh Allen was a rookie now and they had wild card, I would be buying personal cases. I'm just saying, I would be collecting the rainbow of the comics. I mean, it's truth. If you don't like the wild card cards that we opened, you don't like the hobby. I'm just sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't a collector. If you don't vote for wild card, you ain't a collector. You're just not. It's in Pro Uni. Oh, it doesn't have the Jaguars logo. Oh, well, fuck you. You don't even care. Like, just say you don't like the value of it. Like the kid in the airport did. I love the honesty, but I hated the stupidity. So I never really shared the story. Zach Evans goes to the Ram. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I head to the airport after the National, and I see a father and son. They're heading back to Philly. This goes to Cincinnati on Jordan Battle. Thank you, Jeff. I just saw it after I marked it. Thank you, Jeff. And the dad's probably a little older than me. His son's a little older. I think his son's like 12, 13. He was probably a few years. It'd be like me and Paxton 4 or 5 years down the road. And he has a nice roller slab case. So I'm like, you were at the show? I was like, any big pickups? Because a kid like that knows what he's talking about. He goes, yep. I got a Jalen Hurts Kaboom PSA 10 or PSA 9. It was a big card either way. I was like, nice. He goes, that's what I kind of came to look for. I had to trade some good stuff for it, but I got it. I'm like, and listen, if you go into that show thinking the kids are like, oh, the kids, no. You know how the shit's like, fuck them kids? No, those kids will say, fuck those collectors. Those kids know what they're doing. I have a picture from National. If you didn't see it, dude, when you go to those trade nights, or if you even look on the floor of the kid zone, this is a big controversy right now for those of you who don't know. Dealers are mad. Dealers are mad because the National is getting taken over by trade nights and the floor space at the National. People aren't buying from them enough because there's too many guys walking around with cases selling their cards. So a guy will go up to a dealer, and this was a tip given to people at the National if you're looking to buy singles, and I could not agree with this more. I've done this at shows, and I've been very polite about it. We got an RPA coming. You're looking to buy singles. You go to a stand. They're clearly overpriced. A kid goes, or an adult or whatever goes and says, are you buying? The dealer goes, I'm good. I'm not buying. And you wait till they walk away. You've given that dealer his honest chance. And you go to the person and say, hey, I'm looking to buy. Do you mind if I take a look? And I'm telling you, man, I could not believe the amount of deals that were happening away from dealer tables. Now, think about this for a minute. You're a dealer. You just spent $2,000 on a table for the week to sell cards. And instead of using that as an opportunity to say, hey, I paid $2,000, but this is also a chance for me to get the best deals from these sellers, or maybe make some good trades. I know I'm in a good position. They're bitter and they go, I'm good. I don't buy from kids. I don't buy cards, whatever. So this person gets to sell so to you, and you know, they know the value. The best dealers are the ones that aren't on the dealer tables. They're not going to spend $2,000 to do it. And that's the crazy thing dealers are kind of pissed about. That's a CD Lamb out of 75. Jamie and James, don't worry. We are going to have wild card. We are going to have wild card as a base. The reason I haven't been getting it is that like the places I buy cards from stopped carrying it. And then I spoke with the owner of wild card. He goes, well, there's a reason for that. And we discussed it. And he goes, I have his phone number. I met him again at the Panini VIP party. We had a good talk. I'm going to call him this week. We're going to have some cards. Matt Judon, Staubach out of 100 for the Cowboys. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. The good deals can be had away from. Woo! Uh-oh. We are second one in 2 nights, and this is a lopsided card. So whoever's got the Saints. Oh, Slam's in it again. But also a chance of the Falcons, which is Kevin Robinson. Oh, but the dealers have cash. Cash is king. The dealers have cash. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to like make enemies with dealers here. Dealers, there are a lot of dealers that make good deals. There aren't all like that. But there's a lot of bitter people, you know, people that have not adapted to the game. Like, listen, man, I'm not happy about the way everything's gone. During the boom, we never raised prices above what we absolutely needed to. And there were guys that did, and they sold out just as fast. And people were like, raise your prices higher. Well, we didn't. Could I have made a lot more money? Absolutely. Am I bitter about it? Yes and no. Yes, because it would have been nice to have the money. No, because we stayed true, right? And there are dealers that were like, that did that, and they didn't adjust. They adjusted, but they can't adjust back. They're like, oh no, we're not going backwards now. And they're bitter now. They didn't make the adjustment back, and that's sad. Marvin Mims out of 100. And it's just like, you know, Anthony Richardson. You got to always adapt in this hobby. It's like, you know, you're not going to like hang on to a stock if it's tanking, but some people are doing that. And then they're just like, oh, the stock market's the devil. No, you didn't adapt. Out of 199, Kyler Murray. We pulled this auto out of 5 for Slam earlier. Slam, you want to talk about that? I mean, I know it's not a super valuable card, but it's one of the nicer Jim Kellys I've seen. I'll trade you a Kenny Galladay for it. Every Lions fan's favorite player, Kenny Galladay. I'll give you a 101 Kenny Galladay for it. It's in a Lions uniform. It's licensed. It's licensed. It's a licensed Kenny Galladay. Jeff, you're going with the Rashi Rice? I like it. He could be a sleeper. They just lost a receiver. You act like that matters, Jamie. We pulled... Ooh, we got another one of those sexy cards. We pulled 2 Dare to Tear cards. Oh, we might have another one here. Nope. We pulled 2 Dare to Tear cards of the Giants in one break. So it's not like that matters anymore. That's like the person that said, oh, I have Trevor Lawrence in the next break. And then we pulled 3 Trevor Lawrence autos in the next break. CJ Stroud, hello. Jamie, what's going on tonight? You want to talk about it, man, or are you good? Aaron Rodgers in the Jets uni out of 150 looking studly. That week 1 matchup worries me. No, but for real, you guys started out by saying the family. Xavier Hutchinson out of 50. It is truly a family, and it's funny when I talked to Ty at Wildcard. He's like, I love how you say that, you know, it's a community, it's family. And apparently Fanatics is now like trying to push that mentality. And I'm not going to judge them for that, you know. You got to change the change of mentality. They want breakers of all avenues and breakers of all sizes, and you know, that's great if that's true. It's tough to believe that the way things are going. Yeah, we've had 4 in the case so far. Yep. Maybe 5 if we get one here. I don't think our Saints or our Falcons. Here's what I don't get. Why do this? They're using stickers, so the cards are printed. Just put the pro unis on. Is there some sort of rule in the licensing? They couldn't have put like. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like buying our family mentality. Doug's about to take it to the next level with our first ever Vegas break next year. Trenton Simpson. I don't know what these are numbered to, but I know they're short. This is only our 3rd in the case. So we have pulled more Dare to, for the sake of, I don't know what the actual, like how it will go in multiple cases, how it extrapolates, but this is our 3rd of the sparkle, black and white, negative, whatever you want to call it. We have pulled 4 Dare to Tears. So they are pretty rare. Hendon Hooker. Well, there's a Saints card right here. Maybe you can talk to the guys, buy it outright from him. Hendon Hooker. Joey Porter out of 299. He's a first rounder. Let's get him over here for the Steelers. There's a Rashee Rice, not a 101. Tony Pollard. Has he signed a contract yet? Tank Dell under the lights. Oh, Porter was he the first pick in the second round? First pick? You want me to like you? Is that like your buying point? Right? That's your buying point? Because someone got fined a pick, he's the first pick in the second round. Technically, in all drafts prior to like there being a 32nd pick, he was the first pick he was the last pick in the first round. I'm not opposed to putting up some divisions tonight, like Chronicles draft for 21 a spot or something like that. But Dougie's asleep, I think. I don't think we have a lot of people that want to do that. Divisions, so we don't have to do that tonight. I would need at least 5 or 6 people interested to know, Jamie, but I don't think we got it tonight. Jamie, I can't rely on you to take 8 spots. You're the only one talking. And as I said that, 2 people hopped out. Nope, not getting trapped. I will take a shot with you though, Jamie. I know you don't want to talk about whatever it is you're going through, but believe it or not, it's not just a word. I believe in family, and you know what? I respect your privacy, but I hope it's all right. Jeff, I can do it for $21 a spot for Chronicles Draft Picks 2023. I wish I had that towel Chris sent me. Oh, did you write it up there? I know you said something about grams, but you didn't. You weren't very specific. You were pretty beat around the bush. I looked for it. I'm looking now. Oh, grams fell down. Dude, we just dealt with that. You know, we lost Nana very unexpectedly on our anniversary. It's so hard, and not to take it away from that, but I can sympathize truly with you right now. And then my father-in-law, his father now has to go into a nursing home because he's fell down 3 times in a month, and it turns into this fiasco, man. It is, and I know how close you are to Grams, man. Well, hey, let's take a shot. Grams has actually had a shot with us before, I believe, right? Or she's at least watched us take shots. We've had Grams. We've had, like, for those of you that don't believe we're family, Grams has been on camera before. You know, Jamie lived a long time with Grams. We've had Grams on camera. He makes dinner for Grams. Grams makes dinner for him. So, cheers to Grams, man. We're taking that right now. Appreciate that kind of relationship. You know, it's tough. You know, it's weird. You know, we have these moments of clarity where we're like, especially now, Jamie. How old are you, Jamie? I'm about to turn 40, and you know, for me, it's a decade thing. Oh, we got another RPA. It's a decade thing, right? We either have another RPA or another dual auto. And it becomes one of those things where it's like, man, so I've been alive 40 years. If I live till 80, I get another half. I'm at halftime. You start to like look at things differently. And I don't know, for me, it's like easier to piece 40 but younger than me. That's true. I ain't gonna argue there. You're younger at heart. I'm aged by stress, dude. You live that happy-go-free lifestyle. It is true, man. And that we're blessed to make it to 80, right? Like, our friends we had over the other day when my wife got hammered, they just went to their grandmother's, not great-grandmother's, grandmother's 103rd birthday. And she's coherent. Like, I was like, so is she kind of out of it? Like, no. Like, every now and then she'll be like, oh, that's a card from my mother. She goes, wait. I can't be my mother. She's dead. I'm too old to have a mom. And she's like, no, it wasn't my mom. I can't remember who it's from, but it's a, you know, like they were giving us an example. I'm like, well, that's really coherent for that. 103 years old. They're like, she's out having fun. Like, because I said, I'm living my life. I don't want anyone to be like dragging me around, dude. Just, I'm giving Blazing permission. I might write it. Like if I hit 85 and I can't answer these 8 questions, like who's the greatest quarterback of all time? And if I don't say like Josh Allen, you know, like secret answers, like, nope, he said Tom Brady, he's lying, kill that motherfucker. Like it's like, I'm sure euthanasia will be legal by then because all the young people are going to want to kill us. Out of 299, you know it's going to happen, right? Oh, is this back-to-back autos? Oh, why'd they flip them upside down? I thought we had an Emmitt Smith auto. I got excited. Get me all worked up. I got a semi for a minute. Will Anderson for the Texans out of 125. You know the young kids are going to kill us, right? Like it's like futuristic, biblical. It's like in all the predicting future novels, like, no, they don't want the old people alive. They're just a drain on society. When we had to put my dog down this year, I better not share the story. There was a conversation, I'll share a segment of it. There was a conversation that I had with my mom, and she's like, you know, it's sad that we have to watch people go through this, and we can't do the same thing. Because my dog was dying, like, in front of us. And Mom was like, Mike, it's time. Like, and I wanted to say goodbye, and she's like, Mike, she can't breathe. You got to put her down. And I'm bawling, and she's like, it's, you know, it was a hard moment for me. And I was like, you're right, this is not fair. So we put her down. She goes, trust me. She goes, I've had someone in my life I've seen like this. And they don't let you do that. And you have to watch them until they suffocate. And I was like, that's sad. And she's like, we should do that for people. I said, I don't want to get to that point. Can someone just, like, make it look like an accident? I'll help you. I'll help you. I don't want to be that dude. Look how these cars are all flip-flop. Thurman Thomas, there's a Stroud. But I want to do it fun, right? Like, do you ever see, like, I think it's out in, it might be out in Minnesota. It's somewhere out Midwest. Every 4th of July, they do like where they do a car crashing competition where they see who can launch the car off the cliff the best. You know, they do it like they put like whatever mechanism it needs and they all get a car and whoever launches the furthest. I just want to be like, I'm going to drive it off. Put explosives in it. I don't want to survive it. Like, we're not going to like deal with that. But like, let me at least have that moment. I'll probably like hit the brakes terrified, be like, oh, it's like horrible. He punked out. That would be me. Sean Tucker there. This is like a morbid conversation, but it's reality, man. Like, we get to that point. Do you really want to go through that? Out of 50, Jerry Judy. All right, here we go. Who is it? Trey Tucker for the Raiders. Raiders on the board. Tay Taylor, is he still in the room? Oh, man. You know what's crazy, though, is when you see things like that. When you're up against the ropes. I just watched a UFC fight, Jeff, not to compare it to that. But, like, the dude was knocked out. And he almost, the ref almost stopped the fight. Like, he got hit 3 times. And he was like, and he fell down. And he got up and he fell down. And then all of a sudden, you see him do this and flip the guy. And, like, it wasn't possum. It wasn't possum. It was just your body, like, was like, I'm not dying. I am not passing out. I'm not losing this fight. And, like, some people have the fight. But I think the people that have the fight say they have the fight, right? But if a dude's like, man, I don't got the energy for this, you just got to respect that, right? Nah, man. Jamie, don't apologize. That's life, right? Like, you don't talk about this to people you don't like. They'll be like, dude, you know, you talk about this to people that don't care about you. You know what they say? Dude, way to bring the room down. You know, I've said it before, too, as a joke. But, like, people are like, dude, this guy's weird. He's just, like, talking about this shit. But, like, sometimes you got to get this shit off. You know what people do? They pay therapists hundreds of dollars an hour to talk about this. Jamie just said it. James just said it, Jamie. Don't be sorry. We're all human. We share this huge range of emotions. That's what makes us real, the connection, compassion. Nailed it, man. Where else do you get this off? We're not here to just break cards. You can go anywhere for that, man. We talk about this stuff. We also got another thick card that looks like another RPA. But where else can you go open cards, pay $22 a spot, maybe get a $300, $400 card like we opened a couple of last night, right? And, you know, and get camaraderie, shots, family. It really is. I hope it always is, Jamie. I said, I hope we can always do this. I said it to my wife. She's like, you think you could do this forever? I said, I'd be sad if I couldn't. I'd be sad if I couldn't do this because I feel like it's more than the cards. But, you know, I said I wouldn't make our family lose money doing it. But I hope I can always do it in some avenue. 7 out of 25. Going to the Broncos, Russell Wilson. Clayton Tune. And look at this again. Bryce Young, Carolina with the top loaders. Oh, you're only going for the 2 days? You're not going to the 13th to 17th? You're not going to go for the full... What, you're already like bailing short? Jamie's like prefacing like, oh, by the way, I'm only coming for the 15th, 16th, and 17th, but this is the way to do it. There's an old school man. JRS1, I'm surprised he's still alive with all the stuff he pumps in his body. How you doing, man? Joey Porter, and I'm sorry that I said it, but he was the first pick in the second round, still the 32nd pick, which is historically a first-round pick. Out of 10. Isn't he going... Didn't Doug say the 13th or the 17th? You're not going to go the whole time? I think he's doing 13, 14, 15, 16. You can't do the 5. I think he's doing 13th or the 17th. I could be wrong. I told Doug last night, I said to him, like, I'm genuinely concerned. I'm concerned that I go to Cleveland and I come back and then I do my normal hungover routine. And then my wife's like, oh, you're leaving again. And she's like, well, just make sure you don't come back to this house. You're not invited. It could happen. But like, all right, I get it. Do I still get to see the kids? Or Jaden Reed out of 249 for the Packers. Oh, you have Nuss Notes. Is that where our tab is too? I always worry, Jamie. Like, man, here's my thing. You and Doug are better than me. This is why I don't run tabs with people myself. Because like I'd be like, I forgot to write it down. And you guys are so good at it. You send me your sheets and I'm like, wow. Chris Taylor's the same way. You guys are good. I'm like, wow, you guys are good. It takes a lot of trust to get to that point, Jamie. Take the fam to Cleveland? I could do that. My wife does want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, there it is. We do have a dual auto random. Not the best way to end the case, but you know what? And last night's break to end the night was pretty crazy. I know you do, Jamie, and I love you too, man. You are one of 4 guys I've taken to a pro football game. You know how many of my friends that live to me locally I've taken? Well, 0. But I did take my my brother to a game with some of our friends, but that doesn't count. But you, Chris Taylor, Chris Vogt, Brandon Bourne, Jonathan Thomas. They were the 4 we've taken to games. I'd like to do a lot more. Anybody want to go to the Philly Buffalo game while I have you in here? We are going to go to the Philly Buffalo game this year. It's our local away game. We're going to try to get 2 away games this year. We usually do 1 a year. We're going to Cincinnati. But we decided to wait on tickets. You were, Josh, and then you got like married and had a kid and like got like on the cover of like Arnold Schwarzenegger magazine and like some shit happened. And then you bailed on us, man. You used to send us videos of you smoking on your way to the gym, rolling blunts, buying gummies in the gas station. I don't forget that stuff, man. I love you for that. But you know, life, I also don't judge people for moving on in life, man. It's just we all grow, we all progress. Jamie, that was an awesome game. I was a little upset my brother got out of control. And then afterward, I always feel like as crazy as I get on screen and as crazy as I get when I go away, I feel like I'm always babysitter when I go out with like when I go out to these like other places. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, you mean JRS one? Oh, I had to play babysitter with you too. Yeah, I did. Russell Wilson out of 25 for the Broncos. Joey Porter out of 10. Look at that beautiful pink cracked dice. You guys don't want to do divisions tonight, right? It'd be 21 a spot. I need at least 4 or 5 people to commit. 21 a spot. Chronicles draft picks, divisions, 4 hits, only 21. If we want to, I'll post it. 8 out of 50, Jerry Jeudy for the Broncos. Broncos did well. Hendon Hooker. Porter out of 299. Trenton Simpson. Stroud Hollow. You probably don't after you heard me burp like that. This dude's going to puke. April O puke. Nah, if we can't get it in here, Jamie, I'm good. Aaron Rodgers out of 150. We do it old school in here. Marvin Mims out of 100. Anthony Richardson under the lights. Staubach out of 100. No, man, we do it old school. If we can't do it there, I'm not going to beg people. Stroud, Sensations Hollow. Justin Fields out of 25. Richardson, Stroud out of 149. I thought that was out of 199. A lot of nice Strouds in here. Cedric Tillman out of 199. CJ Stroud Hollow Sparks. Urlacher out of 75. Addison for the Vikes out of 199. Brock Purdy out of 199. Got a Hendon Hooker Prism, some sort of like parallel here. I don't know what it's called. Jamie says 1. He's trying. Anyone help Jamie out? Deion Sanders out of 35. And how about this? Stroud out of 25. Man, it really was a beautiful Stroud break. Let me just go back. The Hooker was nice there too. Justin Fields there too. Stroud. There's another one I thought, but I mean, dude, look at this. Out of 149, out of 25, and a bunch of hollows. So who had the Houston Texans? Anderson, I know you're a Steelers fan, but golly, that's a nice haul there. 22 a spot, 100% your money back. I know, like, sometimes it's like, again, better team, but you did not get a single hit. Well, you may have. Did you get a Will Anderson? You got a Will Anderson mini? You got an Xavier Hutchinson? I mean, Houston did well. So there's a reason they're still expensive, but, I mean, dude, and there's teams like that this year, right? Like, you may not get the banger, but because product is down, you're going to do all right. I mean, like, again, go to a show, 5. You're talking 5, like maybe 5, 6, 7. You're talking 10, 15 for that, maybe 5, 6 for that. I mean, I don't know what this is out of 25. I don't want to oversell, but 25 to 50 bucks. I mean, your spot is taken care of in bonus. And I mean, that's not hard to get in a break. It's just kind of nuts, man. Bryce Young for the Panthers mini, under the lights hollow. Will Anderson for the Houston Texans at a 125. Tony Pollard for the Cowboys. And another one for the Cowboys at a 75. All right, well, we're at maybe 2, maybe 3. So is there anyone else that wants in? If I can get to 5. Well, and you know, Dougie's probably asleep. Let me just get a little shout out to Dougie. He's been asking me to do this. We're going to make them feel bad. It's one of those things where like, hey, they want the visions. You've wanted it. Are you in? I'm now telling Nick Nuss exactly what Elizabeth can do to him tonight. So Nick is pretty much telling me, that everyone who came home from the National is sick. I'm like, well, no duh, man. You're in a room with like fucking more than 40,000 people. And you're like touching. Here's the crazy thing. Do I miss teaching? You picked the perfect time to ask. My wife is like stressing out and like all in my ass because she's like, I don't want to go back. This is like, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm going to quit. I'm like, it's too late for that. I asked you that 3 years ago. Trade Tucker for the Raiders. Do I miss aspects of it? Absolutely. I do miss educating, but it stopped being education, Josh. It's not education anymore. It's discipline, and you can't do it. Houston Texans, Xavier Hutchinson out of 50. Oh, Jamie, she said she wants me to shut the hell up, essentially. Cincinnati Bengals, Grant Bet. He goes, she goes, is he ever going to shut up? For the Rams, Zach Evans. I said, nope, Elizabeth, I will not. Noah Sewell for the Bears, Don Wiley. But anyhow, Nick was saying like how like people are saying everyone's sick from the National. I'm like, you heard my voice. Titans, Jason Mello. She's mean? No, she's honest, man. I ain't going to be mad about honesty. The hell I'm going to be mad about honesty for? I said, be you, man. If I can handle someone hating me for something, it's me being me. I'm like, not everyone's going to like you, fool. Chicago, Tyler Scott out of 10 going out to Don Wiley. Now we got a random here. And since Atlanta Falcons, Kevin Robinson's not in here, and New Orleans Saints Slam is not in here, well, and it's not a plus $200 card, I would imagine, since the other person in it. We are going to do a random of it. So let's get that up. And then we'll do the... That's what I said, Jamie. I'm like, man, how the hell you deal with Nick, but you're telling me I'm annoying? I was like, that was the most offensive part of it, right? I was like, I think the thing that hurt my feelings the most is that you deal with Nick on a daily basis and you're telling me that, like, I'm the problem? Dude. Man, there's so many things I'm going to say. I got to be nice. All right. 2-player card, top name wins. There's so much shit I want to say. I got to keep my mouth shut. Because I break my own rule. Number 1 rule. We don't talk about politics. Number 2, we're not like genuinely mean to each other. We can jab each other, but we can't be mean. Kendre Miller for the Saints is going to get it. New Orleans Saints Slam. Slam's going to be pissed. He lost that 2-player card last night, and then he wins this one. I don't think he's going to trade for this. You know, it sucks, man, because if I break my own rule, I'm just a hypocrite. And you know what I hate? Top of my list is liars. Second on my list, fucking hypocrites. I believe in honesty. Because, you know, you speak your mind, and if someone's mad at you, someone's like, you know, be honest. Tell me how you really feel. I respect that. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I tell you, and you're like, you're an asshole. I'm like, well, now you're a hypocrite. So I should have lied, but that's the person I hate. But now you told me to tell you the truth. I did it, and you're mad at me. Now you're just a fucking hypocrite. Dude, it's like fucking catch-22, man. Honesty, dude, honesty is key. When someone lies to me, I've dealt with it in our group. I can deal with angry words, people pissed off. The one thing I can't do is if I catch you in a lie, you better have a fucking really good reason for it. There are reasons to lie. And it's not because you were like scared to tell the truth. It's because like, well, I didn't want to tell you about Santa Claus because that would hurt your like the next 2 or 3 years of life. I feel like we could have better moments. And I'll tell you the truth eventually. It's not going to hurt who you are as a person now. Right? There's a lie that's acceptable. There are very few of those lies. And there are very, like, it's like a very narrow window. Bills and Colts. But the rate, like, 1A is liar, 1B is hypocrites. It just, no. You get to be neither of those things in my life. I'm sorry. So Carl and Jamie getting the hit list credits. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's hard, man. And that's what's hard because, like, I'm not a liar, but I don't think a truthful person always has to say everything on their mind, right? You don't just have to speak the truth all the time to not be a liar. You just don't always have to tell the truth. You just can't lie. Just because you're not a liar doesn't mean you have to say what's on your mind all the time. There's a very big difference in that. I love you guys, man. I don't think we're going to do divisions tonight. That's okay, too. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. But either way, I love you guys, man. It's been a fun night. I'm going to finish my beer. Jamie, I love you. I love Grams. We're here for it, man. Jamie, we got you. You let us know if we got to do anything for you. You know you're a longtime fan. You've been in the break room. When you're in the break room, it's like Blood Brothers. We don't do that anymore because that shit was weird from the beginning. You know, Ouija boards and Blood Brothers, the two things I won't touch. It's a fucking wacky shit. But... oh, Doug said he's in. Oh, no! The lights out. I'm about to punch on. Lights out. It got crazy real fast. Should we do it? All right, I'll post something. Let me post it. I'll stay live real quick. I'm going to stop recording in case I have to post this. Let me put some music on. Hold on. No. Don't claim live. I'm going to post something. I'm going to put some music on. That way we can fill it because I don't think we'll fill it live. So let's Rage by Arizona Zarves. We're going to listen to this, and I'm going to post something. Give me a minute. Love y'all.
I'm trying to raise. You ain't come to party, get the fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out the ace. 10 bad bitches and they all throwing cake. Hey, move, bitch, I'm trying to raise. If you ain't come to party, get the fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out the ace. 10 bad bitches and they all throwing cake. Hey, yeah, it's crazy how we coming. Pocket full of hundreds, I can blow it if I wanted. It's dependent on the schedule. If I make an appearance and if they ain't talking money, I don't even wanna hear it. Tell them, run the car, run the car though. I got 5 shorties shaking their ass in the Tahoe. With a bar, with a bar though. Better have them bottles ready, bitch, I'm trying to pop those. Money coming in quick, I feel like Pablo. Paint a shorty with my dick like I'm Picasso. Get the bag, then we dip, that's the motto. I'm on some bullshit with some bitches from Chicago. Hey, move, bitch, I'm trying to raise. If you ain't come to party, get the fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out the ace. 10 bad bitches and they all throwing cake. Hey, move, bitch, I'm trying to raise.
Alright, here we go, I'll post this.
Fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out.
Here it goes, gotta claim an open number.
Okay, she a pretty little dime piece. Shorty know what time it is, I don't need a timepiece. Chrome hearts on my
It's posted, go get it.
So I took her back to my suite. I gave her icing, she like her icing. When she saw my chain, she said, damn, it looks pricey. I know she like me, it's no question. If you ain't getting lit, bitch, get up out the section. Hey, move, bitch, I'm trying to raise. If you ain't come to party, get the fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out the ace. 10 bad bitches and they all throwing cake. Hey, move, bitch, I'm trying to raise. If you ain't come to party, get the fuck up on my way. Hey, yeah, I'm pouring out the ace. 10 bad bitches and they all throwing cake.
Jeff claims spot 9. He knows there's 8 divisions, right?
Feeling so tall,
I
like
can
you
give a high five to the pilot.
Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like eyelids. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist.
Jamie, are you gonna claim?
Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me, and when they see me, they just dab me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over just to make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a seed, still a seed, fill up, blow up the numbers, and I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul, great, stay paid by the boatload. Don't go chasing away from a rowboat, blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna pop my drop, they been huddling.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot.
Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island.
He said autopilot.
Box full of contracts, I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces.
All right, we got 2 spots left.
People praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is being top 5, but like down 4. I'm down to earth like the ground floor, but I've been flying so long, I tend to ask
Top
people what's
five,
the
but like
ground
down
floor. Man,
4.
I've only hit it up, see my flow volcanic.
That's
The fire
number
I
1.
heard the fans getting rowdy because they haven't had enough. You know I'm running the city, you just running out of luck. Yeah, I say that with my chest, I flow hard, it's no wonder they easily impressed. I'm so far, but I'm always coming back with something fresh. I never rest, where you'll never catch this eagle in a nest. I invest my time in the booth, I find a piece. I use a piece to boom in my mind. My ex knows this, let me expose this. She left cause she don't wanna be with an explosive man. I'm just
Feeling so tall, I could give a high
five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight.
Because I'm driving a plane, that's why I did that.
Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist.
Dude, that's how I picture myself. Like, give a high five to the pilot. He's behind me. I'm flying that motherfucker. Oh, I don't know if I can feel this.
Yeah, I feel like Indiana.
Ooh, I know what I want. That's it. What is it? My brother said it to me earlier.
If I hit it one time, I'm a piper. If I hit it 2 times, then I like her.
What was that earlier?
3 times, I'm a wifer. It ain't safe for the black or the white girl. It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe.
I keep a chopper for the opposition, but I don't know. I keep on telling folks I'm about whatever, dog on my mama, I'm prepared to die. Only for my baby mama and my babies, it get brazy if you step across that line. Cause hell, if I told that iron and you touch any one of mine, bullets come out your spine. Other than that, I keep it peaceful.
We're
I won't leave
close.
you in pieces if I got the piece. I'm just trying to push a piece of the crossing towards my partners, poorly police in the streets. That's pushing B, keep it G. I see more clips than push a T. Believe, if you put a couple grams from the end of my dogs out the trenches, they'll show you how to push them keys. No, Alicia, I don't need a feature. I can spit ether low key by my
Yo,
love.
for real quick, like, for those of you still in here, I gotta say the last 2 days have been very reminiscent of the old school days. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like they're good. The old school days are very good. And it's funny because I always tell Jason there's a lot of things people will always complain about, but the one thing I never will is having fun. And when things got so expensive, I was glad people were hitting like big cars, like $10,000 cars, $50,000 cars, even $100,000 cars. But the one thing that always bothered me about that was the buy-in was so high, the stresses were high, you know. But everyone can go to the gas station and buy a $30 lottery ticket, right? Like, we've all done that. We all put a $30 bet in. We all like buy into a game of poker for $30. And I feel like we're back to that moment. I'm not saying we won't have those big breaks, we won't have those big cars, we won't have those big moments, but I feel like we're headed back for the fun. I mean, I hope we are, and I have felt more connected, and I don't want to blame it on the breaks, but I like, it could be the price point, it could just be like the National, the hype of the National. What's up, Scott? But like, the last 2 days have made me genuinely feel like we are headed back to the old school days. That's just my little soapbox speech real quick. And it's just, I miss those days very much. I miss the fun of it. And again, I'm hoping there's a balance between what we saw on the boom and what we saw before. And there's like a cool balance. That'd be a good thing. Where people aren't, where we have that everyone's kind of happy. There's going to always be pissed off people. But, all right. I'm going to go ahead, turn some music on while I check on payments and random this up. I'll be right back with you. Y'all enjoy this. You know who it's going to be. No, I won't do that.
Probably think I need you, but I don't. No, I don't.
Something else.
I just went and got it on my own. Think I need your help, but I don't.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
How about since he bought...
With a cool kid.
We'll probably get turned off for this. We might. I'll go live again if we do. But since he bought the $2.5 million card, let's give him a little credit for the hobby.
I hit you in a leg, can you fit me in your plans? I like you, I do. We went up better friends and we woke up in Japan. I like you, I do. Oh girl, I know you only like it fancy, so I pull up in that Maybach candy. Yeah, your boyfriend will never understand me, cause I'm about to pull this girl like a handy. Let's take a little dip now later, if we see it you made it. Yeah, I've been thinking lately that I need someone to save me. Now that I'm famous, I got hoes all around me, but I need a good girl, I need someone to ground me. So please be true, don't fuck around me. I need someone to share this heart with me. Feel you, I can run it back again. Oh girl, I like you, I do. I wanna be a friend, go shopping in the Benz. I like you, I do. I hit you in a leg, can you fit me in your plans? I like you, I do. We went up better friends and we woke up.
All right, here we go. You guys crushed it.
I do.
All right, y'all crushed it. So we are going to random this up. Let me get back to the chat. You want to send what? What do you want? What song do you want to send? We're gonna random this up real quick. I gotta actually. Oh my gosh, I haven't typed this out in a long time. AFC North. Oh, we gotta do it caps. Dougie, what were you doing tonight, man? I don't know what he's saying. I'm gonna let Jamie alone right now because listen. Back to my earlier conversation. Let's not pick on people when they're down. Plus, listen, I don't care what he's saying. He's saying something nice about me, so I'm not going to argue with it. We're just going to let it go. Dude, I love you, Jamie. I do. I fed you chicken wings. I feel like that's a very big thing. I've never fed my wife chicken wings. She'd be like, get out of my face. He just was like, he slob on my wing. Here we go, guys. We're going to random this up real quick. No, I know, Jeff. I know. Got to be careful, though. Here we go. I'm going to... So the one thing about screen recording is it's like really random while we're live. So I'm going to still try to do it. Let's see if we can do it here. There we go. We'll go live. So like I still want record of it. It's just gotten easier. All right, so here you go. Live for random, guys. We are live for random. You can't see it on your screen, but you can see it, the recording of it, if you want to see it. Chronicle. Just give me a minute. Draft divisions. So this is what I do when you guys are like, oh, what the fuck is Mike doing? He's probably like, I don't know what you guys think I do. Like, I don't sit around. I'd be curious, like when I'm like late or running late. Tonight was Shredder's Revenge. Like it's pretty cool shit usually. A lot of times it's drinking with a friend or something. But I was wondering, like, what the hell did they like? Tonight it was funny. It was like Mike fell asleep, and Chris says, "Wouldn't it be the first time?" I'm like, he ain't wrong. I didn't even see it. I wasn't allowed to touch my phone. You know why I was allowed to touch my phone? Because my son goes, there's a song in Shredder's Revenge that says something to the extent of, he was like making up lyrics, and my wife looks at me, she goes, they're not the lyrics. I'm like, I'm aware. Do you know what they are? She goes, I don't think it's a song. I think he made it up. I'm like, I think he did too. And my son is like, what are you saying? I was like, nothing. He goes, it's a real song. And we're like just trying to kick ass in Shredder's Revenge. Meanwhile, my youngest son falls asleep. He's the whole reason we're playing the damn game. And we have to take his remote. And he's Michelangelo. So I'm trying to use 2 controllers. And my wife's like, move him ahead of the screen. I'm reviving people, trying to play songs, answering text messages, knowing that I have to get down there and break, dude. Sometimes I feel like I'm not, like the shit I do isn't appreciated. You know what pisses me off a little bit? Can I have a real talk with you real quick? It's when people are like, Mike's a squirrel. And I get it, I am. I'm not going to argue that. But dude, I do a lot of shit. And that's why I sometimes feel like I have to, I have to prove myself to you guys. I'm like the redheaded stepchild that has to like always earn his wings. I have the list coming up now. I'm going to tag y'all in it. I'm sure you're all in here. But everyone's like, just relax. We're just joking. I'm like, dude, but I'm not a squirrel. But I am. But I'm not. I'm a spaz. Dude, I'm definitely a spaz. I haven't seen chat in a minute and I can't wait to see it. Oh, let me copy the link. I should have just left the music on. Shut up. I feel like Jamie in chat right now. Just like spitting shit. Dude, Vegas is going to be wild. Can we just say that? I've already decided I'm going to have to like speak to a lawyer for many things. Like legal things like marriage and family and a will. Like literally, I'm not joking. I'm worried. And it's a good thing. Like it's like if I were to go skydiving. My wife's like, you're not allowed. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not allowed? You told me I was not allowed to buy a motorcycle. And she goes, yeah, you just showed up with one. I'm like, exactly. Well, I didn't want you to get one. I was like, well, you said I wasn't allowed, but that I don't understand what that word means. I don't allowed. I told my mom I was going to do things she said I wasn't allowed to do. She gets so mad at me. I'm like allowed. I'm pretty sure we live in America last time I checked. Allowed? I'm reading the chat right now. Golf course. You know, I can't. Jeff, that happens sometimes, but usually if I'm gone for more than 20 minutes, it's not that. I mean, I guess I gotta like put my time in afterwards. So like the 3 or 4 minutes and then like another 15 to 20. So like 30-minute break, it's usually that. Jamie, I wish she would. And you know why? I meant she'd at least care a little bit. She'd care a little bit if we were. She doesn't care about this stuff, dude. I'm a joke to her. It's cool. That doesn't bother me anymore. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me because I used to care and I just don't anymore. You know who else has been important to that? Guys like Jason and Doug and Jamie and Chris Taylor, who literally like are my therapist. I just don't have to pay a bill. It's truth. I've told them. I was like, do I owe you any money? Oh, I love her, but I just can't care about it anymore, right? Like, you get to that point. You can't just, like, you got to be you. And I'm not going to be... Well, Don said it best. It was like, as long as you're not a dick, as long as you love people and you're nice, like, that's all you can do, right? I'm going to drink this shot. I'm so happy with you guys. This is like old school nights we used to feel like this. It's 1:30 in the morning. Here's the crazy thing. Football season doesn't start till today. It is just preseason. Is that not crazy? You guys know. Jeff sent a video. Oh, good. I got to give a shout out to Jeff. Jeff has been one of the few guys outside of group that I've had a long conversation with. Jeff and I spent one night. Jamie sent another video too at 121. We'll get you too, Jamie. I'll take another shot. Jeff and I spent like an hour on the phone one night. Maybe it was more, Jeff. I don't know. But either way, Jeff, you were like instrumental, man. During a moment I really needed a person. Yeah, Browns. Well, I mean, there's like it's a preseason game and it's Browns and Jets. Historically, that'd be the worst game ever, but at least one real football team is playing. Here we go. Hitman. Let's see what he's got going on.
Stress is high. Cards ain't selling high. We all high. Cheers, Blazer.
What did he say at the beginning?
Stress is high.
Stress is high.
Cards ain't selling high.
Cards ain't selling high.
We all high. Cheers, Blazer.
I feel like that should be a shirt. Chris Taylor, make that a shirt for Jamie. Stress is high. Cards ain't selling high. We all high. Cheers, blazing. That is a quote right there, Jamie. Yeah, Jeff, it was a memorable night for me. I've had nights like that with Doug too.
Let's do this, blazing. Let's do this, blazing. Here's the Hitman and Grams. Let's get some cards out of this box.
That's a sipping whiskey. That's what they call a sipping whiskey. I appreciate you, Jeff. I ain't taking a shot for that though. I'd sip a good whiskey. I do wish we could, like, again, we had guys closer that we could do the whole, like, let's get around the table. Like poker nights, but with cards. People will throw $100 down at a poker table and play around, but they won't throw $100 down and everyone rip like a pack, right? Up a good. I get it. Cards last longer, but then you could still play. What if you did a poker night with cards, like where you bet cards? That'd be interesting. Joe Montana, Tank Dell. And again, a lot of these we'll figure out divisions later. Anthony Richardson. You know what divisions you have. So Colts. Oh, wait. Did I fix the screen? Yeah, I'm just behind on here. Richardson obviously going out to the AFC South. Going to be Aaron King. Will Anderson, same with the Houston Texans. Cooper Kupp, Will Levis to the Titans. Again, AFC South just killing it. And first one up is Josh Downs. Josh Downs, I want to say the Redskins. Oh, Jahan Dotson maybe was what I'm thinking. But did you hear about him? That dude is like on fire at camp. I'm telling you, man, if you're not buying a couple Sam Howells, I don't own any, and I got to buy some. Josh Downs for the Colts. Again, the South just killing it. Indy. And again, all cards will ship in this, but I'm not going to take the time to look up all names. You guys are cool with that. I know you are. That was like a South pack right there. But apparently Jahan Dotson tearing up. They got Brian Robinson. Everyone's talking about Bijan, but let's not forget how big Brian Robinson was last year. Let's just not forget about him. Will Anderson for the... What's this? Joey Porter, that's for the North out of 49. AFC North going out to Kellington. There you go, Jeff. Rashi Rice for the AFC West going out to the Chiefs. We got a Tony Dorsett for the Texans. Will Anderson. Kenneth Walker going out to the AFC West or NFC West. Parker Washington. Guys, where does he go? Oh, shit! Oh, why would they do that? Why would they turn that around? I hope that's not one of our hits. Anthony Richardson. Going out. I thought we were going to have an auto there. Why would they do that? What podcast did I listen to? I listened to too many podcasts. What did I say? I don't remember. Addison for the Vikings. That's going to be the NFC North. Zach Evans. Addison for the North. Rashi Rice for the West. Noah Sewell for the NFC North. Chicago Bears. Jeff Kellington, which is a Bears fan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. Noah Sewell out of 199, an Oregon player, which is like Chris's dream, right? Is it Oregon? No. Is he Oregon? It's got to be. Oh, well, that's just because I'm intelligence, man. That's like Chris's dream team, the Oregon Ducks and the Bears. Noah Sewell, like they got the dude he wanted. 2-in-1 pack, Shorter out of 199. Can anyone do me a favor? McGinn is our group researcher. McGinn, can you find out where Justin Shorter went? And listen, don't let this fall on deaf ears. I know I don't want to sound demanding because my wife will be the kind of woman that says like, you need me to do anything? I'm like, can you grab me a spatula? She's like, I'm like, you asked. But McGinn, I know you like to do it, but if I ever like overstep my bounds of asking you or anyone, you just let me know. You don't have to go, just be like, I'm not interested in that job. I hate that when someone's like, can I do something for you? You tell them like, ugh. Eric Gray, that's why I like won't offer services to someone unless I genuinely mean it. Luke Musgrave, and there's a Zach Charbonnet out of 149 for the NFC West. Jamie Hunter for the Seahawks. He's a Bill? Dude, he ain't going to make the team. Come on. I'd know him if he was. Here's the problem. All my family went to Buffalo Bills training camp, which is where, you generally learn about those things. I was stuck at National. I'm not complaining about that. Kenny Pickett. Oh, we got something coming here. Oh, here we go for Carolina. That is going to be the NFC South Carolina Panthers. Boutte, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Hendon Hooker for the NFC North Detroit Lions. Kenny McIntosh. There's the Patrick Mahomes for the AFC West. And Christopher Smith. Again, I need your services again. We already got our 4 autos, but we got 2 more packs to go. Bonus hits. And we had a pack without, too. So that's buff. We did that. So we got Christopher Smith, Canvas Creations, out of Impeccable, or Immaculate, I should say. Penny Imposter. Scott's jokes are both the best and the worst. You know what I saw today, Scott, that makes me think of your jokes? Because this is me. I saw like this post where this lady was waiting in the TSA line at the airport, and she had like a huge space in front of her, and the lady was like pestering her to move forward, and she goes, we're all getting there at the same time. I just don't want to move my bag every 3 inches. And the post was, I both hate and love this woman right now. That's how I feel about your dad jokes. Because I agree with that comment too. I've been that guy on both sides, like, move ahead. There's like this random distance, like you can make it and you feel good about. Jerrion Early. He's the Raiders for the Christopher Smith. How about Jerrion Early? This is a Prism Draft Picks, and this is going to be a 2022. So there's a chance this dude's not even in the league anymore. Jerrion Early. I do feel like, Jamie, I believe you about that because it's like sarcasm. Sarcasm just falls deaf on there's a Jordan Addison. Kayshon Boutte out of 149. And Dak Prescott out of 99. Good pack there. Sarcasm, we talked about this the first break of the night. Sarcasm just falls deaf in chat, man. It's like, people are like, it's a joke. I'm like, I don't get that. I'm trying to break cards, sleeve cards, top load cards, have a conversation, read delayed text. And you're trying to talk to me about how I'm supposed to take a joke? Maybe that's why I don't like Scott's stuff. Because I do love dad jokes. Here we go. We got our 5 autos. We have 5. We had a pack without, too. Our 5 autos and our patch. How does this happen? We literally have... Wait. We had a pack without an auto, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 autos. We have 6 hits, finally. And we had a pack without a hit. Peyton Manning, JSN. Dalton Kincaid. And it's going to be Devin Connie. There's an Addison. And Jahmyr Gibbs out of 49 for the NFC North Detroit Lions. Going out to Jeff Kellington. You know, Jamie, I do agree with you, except for the fact. Can I do a little caveat here? Can I do a rebuttal? Except for the fact that we pulled a CJ Stroud on-card flawless that was supposed to go in 22 flawless and they didn't have it, just like 22 prism. And so, like, if we didn't pull that, I'd be on your page. But we pulled a CJ Stroud out of 10 that sold for really good money. Dude, you don't have money. I still ask permission. Listen, it's 2023. You know, you could be making out with a girl. You still got to ask for consent before you put your hand up her shirt, right? I mean, this is the world we live in. I'm not interested in that girl, but, like, I mean, you still have to, like, find out if she's that kind of girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks because, like, if I have to ask, I'm not interested. But I have to ask, so, like, it's a catch-22. The Dalton Schultz I'm not mad about, Jamie. Like, that's a cool card. Like, I'll take that. Would you be mad if you pulled a 2019 Patrick Mahomes? You'd be like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Like, beggars can't be choosers, but the cards they're putting in shouldn't be dudes that are in the XFL or retired coaching collegiate, tech football. Gibbs out of 49 for the North. Prescott for the East, both in the NFC out of 99. Boutte, believe, goes to the Patriots out of 149. I'll double check. Bryce Young for the NFC South Carolina Panthers. Charbonnet for the NFC West Seattle Seahawks. Richardson for the AFC South Indianapolis Colts. Brain fart. Porter for the AFC North Steelers out of 49. Some pretty cool cards. Yeah, like Melton. Yeah. Great example. There's many of them. That's what bothers me. And you know what pisses me off the most, McGinn? It's not the fact that those guys are in there, but at least stamp the damn cards. I thought he was. Stamp the damn cards. Don't give me Prism draft pick autos, like green, gold, and like, what's out of 10? I think it's supposed to be out of 10. There's no stamp because you didn't fucking stamp them. You know why? That's the most expensive part of a card manufacturer. And they're like, fuck it, just throw them in that product. Are we going to charge less? No, we're going to charge more. Put them in the fucking bags. Shut your mouth. Put them in your purse. Just put it in your purse. Miami Dolphins. Ugh. Devin Akani going out to AFC East. That's Dougie. Sorry, Doug. Noah Sewell out of 199 for the NFC North. Jeff Kellington. That's probably the best card of the break. Josh Downs for Indianapolis. AFC South. Aaron King. Buffalo. Oh, you got another one, Dougie. Justin Shorter for the Bills. Kansas City, AFC West, Matt McGinn. And for the Raiders, AFC West, 3 cards. All right, guys, I'm going to roll out. I'm obviously hammered. But, Jamie, we love you. Y'all, appreciate you jumping in. We woke Dougie up for this, and I feel bad. We should have done something a little more solid than that. But we'll be back tomorrow. Is he really? Aaron King knows. He hates Tua, but loves that guy. I love it. I love y'all. Good night. For real. I appreciate the last 2 nights very much. Good night.